Hello everyone. This is a genuine bedtime video. I'm in my pyjamas, I've got my fringe pushed back, looking probably rough. But it's been the end of a really busy week, so I thought I'd kind of wind down the week by filming a nice chilled video all about bedtime reading. So this week, clearly this week has been huge, I'm exhausted. I got 3,000 followers on Instagram, which is insane. The more kind of followers we have, the bigger amount of people that I can help, which is amazing. Keep following, that's really cool. And then Vogue, my Vogue article came out, which is honestly a dream come true. I think if you told 11-year-old me that that was going to happen at 20 years old, I would have laughed my pants off. That really is insane, so thank you so much for Vogue for that. It means the world to me. And thank you guys all for your continuous support. So this week I kind of thought I'd talk about books and literature. Medicine can cure an illness or an ailment, but I really think that literature has this incredible ability to heal the soul. And even though I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not a mad reader. I come from a family who will sit down and read like a whole book in an hour. They all read at ridiculous rates and are good readers. And even though I love literature, I'm not someone... I think I have quite a short attention span, so I find it hard to like sit down and read a book. Like I feel like I have a billion things to do all the time. Maybe I just don't have the luxury of time these days. But I do love to read, and there are some books that have really changed my life and gotten me through some really hard times. So I thought I would talk about them today. So if you see me looking down, it's because I made some notes and everything. I even prepared for this video for you guys. I don't want it to be too long, so I'm going to try and kind of be brief. So my first book, so I kind of thought I would talk about my favourite book of all time first. So I have two favourite books of all time, and it depends what kind of mood I'm in depending on which one is my favourite. I only have one of them here with me because my other copy is at my dad's, which is really annoying because it's one of my favourite books. Like the cover's really beautiful. So that one's Lolita, and if you haven't read Lolita, go and read it. It's the most stunning book. I can't even put into words how much I adore it. I'm pretty sure I bring it up in each of my seminars every single time. People are probably really bored of me being like, oh yeah, that happens in Lolita. But I do, it's so kind of misunderstood, and I read it thinking that I would hate, I don't want to give too much away because it's just so beautifully written, but kind of the main character, I thought he would be horrible, and it's so beautifully written that you end up falling for him and falling for falling for Lolita. Okay, I don't want to give too much away, but it's so good, everyone go read it. And this is my other favourite book. This one is kind of a throwback to childhood. This is Alone in a Wide White Sea by Michael Morpurgo. You can see by how like tatty it is. I have read this book so many times. I just love it. I love sailing anyway, and this is about this guy growing up in Australia, and then the second half is about this girl sailing around the world, and it's kind of intertwines, and it's just so beautiful. I think I'm going to read it again this summer because I haven't read it for a while, but it's beautiful. It's a children's book, but I love it. Oh yeah, one other thing is I love picking up my favourite books because I love to read books more than once. It's like if I find a good film, I'll watch it more than once, and I can tell when I last read it because I used old photographs as my bookmarks. This was in Alone in the Wide White Sea. This is baby me. That's me and my granny when I was tiny. Okay, so I kind of thought I would go through my top 10 reads now. So my first one on the list is Franny and Zooey. I have 2 Salingers in this list, which is clearly I'm super cool. But this is Franny and Zooey. This book is tiny, it's like 157 pages, but it is not sidelined by its length. It is so full of human condition, more full than any book I've ever read of human condition. It's mostly just like 2 conversations, the whole book, 2 or 3, but it's beautiful, and it really pissed me off when I read it like to such a strong degree. It caused so much kind of emotion for me. And oh yeah, it really reminds me of the Royal Tenenbaums.
I think we're just gonna have to be secretly in love with each other and leave it at that, Richie.
I'm a massive Wes Anderson fan, and if you don't know who he is, go watch all his films. They're all perfect in every way, and this really reminds me of the Royal Tenenbaums, the characters in this. It's very cool. Okay, moving on. Next one is Bridges of Madison County. I read this ages ago. My mum gave it to me and was like, it's a really beautiful love story, it's really good, you'll like it. So here we go, an old copy. It's such a lovely book. This is just all it is. So I read this, when did I read this? 2013. That's so funny. Sometimes I write things about like what's going on at the time when I wrote that book, and I'm not going to say his name, but it has an ex-boyfriend's name in it. Ha ha ha. So this is a perfect example of a book that got me through a crap time. The reason I love it is because it's kind of about forbidden love, and it gives a voice to longing that so often isn't given a voice. I don't know, I just really love it. I also thought it was real when I first, as in non-fiction, when I first read this, because it's so authentic as a love story, which anyway, also, they made a film about it that I haven't seen, but apparently Meryl Streep's in it, and Meryl Streep never does anything under par, so clearly it's a good one. I'm losing all my books. This is My Life on the Road by Gloria Steinem. I read this, well, I asked for this because it was in Emma Watson's book club. If you're not part of it, go be part of it, it's really cool. I've only read like one of their books, but I just love reading people talking about all the books and her comments on the books that she reads. And I am trying to read as many of them as possible. And I read this I just love Gloria Steinem. If you don't know who she is, go stalk her on the interweb. She is so cool. She's 83 and she's still like fighting her battles all over the world. Her battlefield is like a global battlefield, and she's one of these activists that's never kind of switched sides ever. She's never like recanted, and I think that's incredibly noteworthy and definitely should be praised. And so if you read kind of her earlier work, she was not very introspective at all and just kind of talked about her activism and the things that she was doing around the world to save the world. And this is kind of more about her, and it's kind of more introspective and how she's grown more comfortable in herself as she's grown up and how that's kind of helped her along the road. She really is one of the most important kind of voices within human rights, and it's really amazing. It's kind of paints a picture of all the people she meets along the way and portraits of the women that she meets, and it's very inspiring. 4 is, this is quite funny. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. A practical guide for improving communication and getting what you want in your relationships. Now, I'm in an extremely happy long distance relationship at the age of 20 with an amazing guy, and I'm not saying this book is the reason for that, but I would say it definitely helped. It just taught me a lot about men and women, not necessarily about relationships and like how to have a happy relationship. I think that's not something a book can teach you, but definitely taught me about communication, and it's kind of all. My memory card just got really full up, so I had to empty it. So I can't remember exactly where I was, which is annoying. I think I was talking about men from Mars and women are from Venus. So yeah, this basically just teaches you about men and women, and I found it really interesting on kind of an intellectual level. My mum gave it to me, and she said it was really interesting for her and really helpful for her. So this is a good one. It kind of teaches you about like the workplace and stuff like that as well. I like it. Number 5 is poetry. So this is called Milk and Honey. Oh, this book. I just adore it. This book has an amazing letter I was written for my 20th birthday, which is when I got this book from an amazing woman talking about infertility. And I won't say her name, but I'm sure she won't mind me sharing this quote from her letter. But she wrote, "My mum always said to me that it is only the special few who can't or find it difficult to conceive, special in that they are strong and unique and their genes should never be diluted." Ridiculous perhaps, but it's a good thought to hold on to sometimes. That made me cry a lot for my birthday, and that is a letter I will treasure forever. Let's get back to the book. This book is by Ruby Kaur. I just adore this book so much. It's a poetry book, and it's kind of all about this woman's relationship. I think it's herself, about this woman's relationship, the breakup of the relationship, the making of the relationship, the end, the getting over, the blah blah blah. But it's stunning, and it's all about kind of healing, and it's very authentic and very real. And what have I written about it? I love how kind of unmelodramatic it is. I think a lot of poetry is very melodramatic, and this is just truthful, which I love. It's also just the most aesthetically pleasing book you've ever seen. Matches my blackboard, which by the way, if you've seen any profanities, that wasn't me, it was my friends. They always come and write on it, but I didn't want to rub it off because it's like a lot of memories on there. Next one is I Love Dick. This is one of the best books ever written. Oh god, and everyone should read it. So I'm just going to read a little thing from a review that I read on it, which I found really fascinating. The patriarchy likes to take things personally. That way it can single out particular women artists as troublemakers and crazies by claiming that they slandered some men when all they've done is describe the conditions of their own lives. So this book kind of came into popularity. It was first written in 1997 and it wasn't received highly at all. It's kind of grown in popularity. It's still not like a hugely popular book now, but it came out when Girls came out, and it was like that year when there was kind of this huge shift in the acceptance of female artists in society in a big way. It's kind of really unapologetically about women. It's basically, I don't want to give too much away, but it's kind of all about the philosophy of female expression and how it should be accepted as its own thing. It's like that art for art's sake. It's like women's emotion should be accepted on a very base level, just as men's is, and shouldn't be qualified or quantified, anything like that. It's kind of about the unpatronisation of women's expression and how that should be something that is generationally recognised as opposed to something that's only just kind of come about. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's hard to describe. It's just incredibly important for everyone to read, I think. It teaches you a lot about women if you don't know much about women. This is a classic, and I'm kind of embarrassed to include it because I'm sure everyone has probably included this in their favourite books ever, but this is the amazing Catcher in the Rye. Now, I read this at school like every other teenager on the planet probably. It is a classic, and I adore the use of goddamn for a start throughout the book. I just love it. It's also in Franny and Zooey a lot, which I love. It's a novel where not very much happens, which I love, but I also love in films. I love films where not very much happens because that's what life is like. It's boring and it's sad and it's depressing a lot of the time and nothing really happens, and there is beauty in that and there's art in that and there's a point in recognising that. And this is kind of the first Rebel Without a Cause that I ever read about when I was younger, and it was like the first kind of appreciation of the human's psyche's like ability to feel sad and depressed and angry and rebellious even though nothing's really gone wrong, and then obviously stuff goes wrong in the book, but read it if you haven't read it. And this is a really cute bookmark. Look at this. This is me and my brother and Halleck. Cute. Number 8 is It by Alexa Chung. This book, oh my god, my wardrobe looks like it does because of this book. This book is everything. I love it so much. I love the feel of it, I love the aesthetic of it, I love everything about this book, and Alexa Chung, I kind of want to be you. I'm gonna look at the inside, I love it. I love the pictures in it. It's just so cool. So this is kind of all about Alexa Chung's style. My gorgeous friend Maisie gave it to me for my birthday. She wrote, "Dear Tasha, happy birthday. I know you already have this, whoops, but this copy is signed by someone really cool." Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. I completely forgot about this. This is signed by Alexa Chung. Oh my god. I completely forgot about that. That's very cool. So that's very cool. That's my amazing friend doing amazing things for me. I love you, Maisie. So this is just all about Alexa Chung's style, and this is the first book that ever taught me that being a tomboy was okay and was sexy and stylish, and ignited my obsession with Jane Birkin. I'm now saving every penny so I can buy the Jane Birkin Ginsberg is God jumper. And it's also, fashion has always kind of been an escape for me, and I think it's kind of a way of dressing. I used to love dressing up when I was little, and that hasn't really changed, but it kind of encouraged me to like daily dress up and to create your own persona and to magnify that, but also to become different characters on days that you don't really want to be yourself. I think that's fine too, and cool too, and a nice way to escape. So get this for your coffee table, you won't regret it. Moving on, Shakespeare sonnets. This one is very special. So this kind of deserves backstory. I think I'm going to talk about this man in another video as kind of important people in my life kind of video. But this man has touched my life in a huge way. He's sadly dead now. He was like a grandpa, godfather, father, uncle, friend figure in my life, and I was friends with him when I was a little girl. Growing up, he was this kind of old man, and he had the most extensive butterfly collection in the world, and personal butterfly collection, and he gave me boxes of beautiful, beautiful butterflies, and gave me books, and wrote me letters. We used to write his letters all the time. He lived down the road with my granny grandpa, and I go visit him. He was just amazing. He was someone to talk to, and I loved him to pieces, and I'm not gonna cry. But this is one of the most special things he ever gave me, and it's this beautiful book of Shakespeare's sonnets. Oh, it smells so good. You know how like old books smell incredible, and I read them all the time. It's kind of like milk and honey, but old-fashioned and vintage. My feet have gone very fizzy and dead, so let's get on with this video before they fall off. Moving on, this one, my mummy gave this to me. This is called In the Company of Women, and it's from a really cool brand company called Design Sponge, and they have a really cool Instagram, definitely go follow them. But this is very cool. This is called In the Company of Women, and it says inspiration and advice from over 100 makers, artists and entrepreneurs, and they're all women, and it's just the coolest book. They're all incredible, incredible women. It's all kind of like mini interviews with them. They're all completely different. Tavy Gevinson's in here, which is the first one I read, I must confess. I am obsessed with Tavy Gevinson. Happy 21st, Tavy Gevinson. This is a new purchase, but it's definitely one of my faves and in my top 10. I dip in and out of it all the time because it's so big. Whenever I need inspiration, I flick through this book, and it's really useful as well. And there's also pictures of all their dogs in the back, which doesn't get any better than that. Women and dogs, don't think so. Okay, so that is my top 10. My feet are really fuzzy and sore now. That's my top 10. I think my favourite childhood book is a book called Spilled Water, which is about this girl who was sold in the slave trade of China, and it's stunning, and if you can find it, definitely get your daughter or son or child or read it yourself, but it was the book that got me into reading. My camera died last night, hence you get morning me with crazy hair, yay! I just want to tell you the books I'm reading at the moment and finish this video. So this is Rookie Yearbook 4. There are 4 yearbooks. Rookie is amazing. I'm sure I've talked about Rookie in other videos, but started by this really cool girl called Tavy Gevinson, who is like my age. She's 20, and she started this like online empire, and she's the future of journalism, and she's really cool. But they compile all their years kind of work into yearbooks, and this is number 4, and I love it, and it's so big, and it's just full of poems and writing and beautiful photographs and art and interviews, and it's amazing. But I was given it like a while ago, I think Christmas, and I still haven't like got through it. It's just so full of stuff, so I'm kind of in the middle of reading that, just like dipping in and out of that. And I'm reading this book called Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami, which I'm so in love with and can't wait to finish, because I've got another one of his called The Thrift Shop, but I can't wait to read either. But it's so good. It's set in Japan. Oh my god, I'm tired. It's really cool. It's kind of like a coming of age book, and he's obsessed with the Beatles on Norwegian Wood. So that's definitely a really good read. And then the books that I'm really excited to read, I was given these for my birthday, and I can't wait to start reading them. Paris Undressed and Mum and Me and Mum by Maya Angelou. I think you need to feel a bit stronger to read this. I think I'm going to find it quite emotional, but it looks amazing. And this is really cool. This is right up my street, obviously, with the Pants Project. My hair, oh my god, my bed head is not good. let's go quickly. I love Paris and I love lingerie. Alrighty, see you soon.